Alright guys, it's Laid Back Reacts here. And I'm going to be reacting to another Stephen Fry number. The best Stephen Fry moments. Seems to be all on the Graham Norton show. Let's get started.
Stephen Fry, you could have been the hot priest. Because is this true? You seriously went to have a meeting about becoming a priest?
Yes, when I was a teenager,
Just a reflection of the screen.
So about the church. I love the music, I love the liturgy. Not a Catholic priest, an Anglican priest.
Of course, yes.
I lived in the country, beautiful architecture, wonderful music, everything about it. I just fancied the clothes. I knew I could deliver fantastic sermons. So I was sent to see a bishop, the Bishop of Lynn, the Suffragan Bishop of Lynn, who decided that I would make a wonderful priest if there were one small problem, and that is that I didn't believe in God. Everything else, so I failed at the last moment.
I love that you got that far.
Yeah,
You got a meeting with a bishop.
Yeah,
no one had asked you about the Jesus thing.
Yes. Well, and I still do. I mean, I love church music, and I love the buildings. I love everything about it. I just can't quite take the whole story seriously. Well, I know I take it seriously, but I just don't.
Yes.
That final leap.
Yeah. There's probably quite a lot of vicars watching going, yeah, I hear you. Look at my house. Because Stephen Fry, now, because you were one of the earliest people on Twitter, you kind of really picked up, but now you have a kind of love-hate thing. Are you on it at the moment or off?
Oh yes, I'm on it. I've been on it for some years still. I suppose the difference is now that I don't really engage as much. You just can't. So if you think of it as a notice, you put the notice up on the notice board and then you run away before watching anybody read it. So I don't get, it's the comments and the unkindness. I'm very sensitive. It's pathetic after all these years that I am. But I liken it to a swimming pool. People always say to me, oh, but 99% of all the comments you get are very friendly and nice. I go, yeah, but if you said 99% of the swimming pool is clear, there's just one little turd in the corner. I still wouldn't get in the pool. It just ruins it for me, unfortunately.
On the Harry Potter audiobooks.
Oh, Lord, don't. Yes. Well, I mean, I love doing Harry Potter books.
How many hours of Harry Potter have you done in total?
I can't remember. It's 7 books, isn't it? It's a lot. And they got longer and longer each time from the first one onwards. And Joe Rowling was very convinced from the beginning that they should not be condensed or abridged, that they should be absolutely as she'd written them. Because she figured, and quite rightly I think, that a lot of children would read them with their fingers going along, they'd listen to them rather than their fingers following the text, and it was a good way to reinforce reading apart from anything else. So, on the third one, I think it was, called The Prisoner of Azkaban, there would just happen to be a 3-word phrase that for some reason I couldn't get out of my mouth properly. It was Harry Pocket did it. I still can't say it. Harry Pocket did it. Harry Pocket, and I wrote eyes for about 10 minutes. Harry Pocket did it. The engineer was laughing, everybody was laughing. I said, look, we'll park that, I'll try and solve it at lunchtime. And at lunchtime I called up Jo Rowling because she wasn't in the studio, and I said, Jo, would it be all right if instead of saying Harry Pocketed it, could I say Harry put it in his pocket? Which I can say easily. And I could almost hear her smiling, and she said, no. And not only that, in the subsequent 4 Harry Potter books, she made sure the phrase Harry Pocketed it.
Now, talking of children's favourites, Harry Potter, the audiobooks, how many hours of Harry Potter did you have to read?
I think it's over 100, isn't it?
I like that analogy about the turd. It's like the fault finding mind that we've all got. Depends how you look at things, doesn't it? I suppose.
Well, of course, when it started, my agent called me up and said there's this book called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's what it's called in England. In America, it's Sorcerer. Obviously, philosophers are rather frightening. Anyway, it was a book, and so I read it, and there was this boy, and apparently he was a wizard, and I met the author, who was called Jo Rowling, and she was really nice, and then we read the book, and she said, oh, I've actually, there's another one, there's a second one I've written. I said, good for you! little realising what had happened. Over the years, this extraordinary phenomenon blossomed. There was and I loved reading them. Occasionally, there was a man stopped me in the street not long ago, and he pointed and shouted across the street, "My children go to bed with you."
Let's not forget your marvellous work in one of the most successful British films of all time. That film is Spice World. Yes, there you are. Do your cameo. Yeah. Do you have any memory of that day at all?
It was done at the BB.
I wonder why we're all crazy about Spice Girls. Almost embarrassed, aren't you, about it? But cheese was like, we were used to cheese, I think.
BBC, that's all. 'Cause that's all I can remember. In the BBC lobby, I think.
You were in that film.
I'm pretty sure I was in that film.
Yeah, you were.
I was a judge or something.
Yeah.
I remember. They were the reason I did it, I don't know, it's because I had nephews and nieces, and
No,
if I hadn't done it, they would have killed me.
Exactly.
I could get their autographs. That's how huge they were. There was this period when they were bigger than anything on the planet, wasn't it?
Exactly.
And I remember Victoria Beckham came up. Not Beckham, she wasn't then. Victoria, whatever she was then.
Adam.
Posh Spice, I think.
Posh
her name was.
Spice, that's
She kept, and she read one of my novels. She said, "You wrote a book called Hippopotamus," and I just fell in love completely. I just thought, what a brilliant, stylish, clever woman. These Spice Girls, no, they've got something, I thought. And actually, I remember the Prince of Wales had
Lying.
it was before Wikipedia, so how would she have looked it up? But there was the 50th. There was a special show for the 50th birthday of the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, and they were on it, and I was emceeing it or whatever it was, hosting it, and there was a line-up afterwards, and they were. I mean, they didn't care. That was all girl power, you know. And the Prince of Wales was wonderful, lovely, thank you so much, and he got to them. And the first thing Emma Bunting said to him, she said, "Oh, Sir Highness, sir, do you have a Prince Albert?" And he said, "Yes, I'm his great-great-grandson, yes." He said, "No, do you have one?" He said, "Well, he was the husband of Queen Victoria." "No, but and he looked at me completely baffled, and he didn't know what a Prince Albert was. So I had to say, "Well, sir, it's an item of intimate jewellery." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "No, further south." "Is it called a Prince Albert?" I said, "Yes." It was like, oh my God, he had to have a lie down. I admired the spunk.
Probably would have had to lie down.
As it were, to Australian would put it,
It's an icebreaker.
yeah, to ask him.
I think we have a picture of the moment he met them. There he is.
Well, that's me in the background.
Yes, and everyone seems very distracted by Jerry.
It looks like your mother.
Charles is just pointing at her absentmindedly.
He did tell me, I think it's okay to repeat this, but Prince Wales did tell me once that the best piece of advice his father had ever given him. He said, when you're doing a photograph and you're doing a line-up and there are women, always look only into their eyes. Don't for a second let your eyes drop to their chest, because that's when the photograph goes on. And if you look, he's not looking down. All the rest of us, even us gay boys, are looking at him.
And Jennifer Aniston's there as well.
Yeah, people are insane. During Hamlet, there was a guy who lifted up his laptop, not his phone, his laptop, started doing the emails. He was thinking,
Do you know that story about John Gielgud? He was out rehearsing with someone and they put a pause in. He said, "Oh no, he was never paused in the West End. Never paused." And they said, "Why not?" He said, "Oh, I paused once. And I thought it would be a wonderful silence. And it was filled by a voice in the back row saying, 'Oh, you beast, you've come all over my umbrella.'"
Tell the people the story of Christmas in Norton.
Oh, well,
Which is amazing.
I did a line-out for a show once, and there was a royal presence, and the Prince of Wales said, "Apparently you live in Norfolk, is it right?" I said, "Well, I do have a place. It's not far from Sandringham, in fact, which is where the royal family have a house." And he said, oh, wonderful. I said, you should come visit me for Christmas. He said, that'd be lovely, lovely, lovely. Of course, I thought no more about it. And that Christmas, I had a real house full of friends, about 14 people, all squeezed together. And I'm a very early riser. I'm very much a lark, not an owl. And so I was up, and I was making eggs Benedict, I remember distinctly. And hollandaise sauce is a very, you have to concentrate. You get the melted butter into the egg yolk. You have to really thin, steady stream. The phone went. So I was going, somebody answer that! Please, somebody with her, that all the 14 people showering, shagging, whatever they were doing. And everybody was on, so I picked up the phone, yes! And went, can I speak to Stephen Fry, please? And I said, yes, this is he. And he said, this is Prince of Wales here. And it was my brain, a little part of my brain, sent a signal to say, oh, fuck off, Rory. And the other part, because you always know when it's someone real, another part just overtook it and went, oh, hello, sir. He said, I was wondering about taking you up for that offer for tea. I said, well, that would be wonderful. When would you like? When's convenient for you? He said, well, what about New Year's Day? So I said, well, that would be fine. So I kind of put the phone down and thought, right. So I went into the hall and I shouted, a bit like Rick in The Young Ones, house meeting! And everybody's appeared at the top of stairheads, and I said, the Prince of Wales is coming for tea. And then everybody went, oh, my God. And then there was this fantastic sight, which I could have, I could have photographed, I should have done, of everybody, Hugh Laurie hoovering the carpet. So we're all making tea, all getting ready, the fire's burning, everything's completely ready. And we're all peeping out of the curtains like pathetic children, like that, and all these cars passing with us, and then eventually, two cars, crunch, everybody's disappeared except me. So the doorbell goes, and I think, I must play it cool. Otherwise you'll think I'm really uncool. And so I count to 15 and the bell goes again and I open it and he goes, oh hello, I hope you don't mind, I brought my wife. And there's Princess Diana comes out of the shadows and who's
Oh, it was a shame she died, shall I say.
hello Stephen. I go hello. And everybody comes down, and we have this tea party, and it's fantastic. And she's wearing cowboy boots, which suits her very well. He's not wearing cowboy boots, which suits him very well. And it all goes fantastically. Everybody's having a great time. And then they go, and he says, thank you, everybody, says goodbye. And she holds in the doorway, and she says, I'm sorry we're going, but I'm quite glad we're going early, because it's Spitting Image on tonight. And I'm going to watch it in my room. They hate it, of course.
Oh, I love Spitting Image.
I love it. In America, I have a Tesla, and it drives itself. So it has an autonomous mode. So it's wonderful when you have friends. You can scare the living daylights out of them by being on the freeway, and then they don't see you. You just pull the stalk back 3 times to go into auto drive, and then you just think, oh, it's a book.
It is weird that.
Keep your eyes on the road. No, I can't do this.
Another one you can do as well, good trick, is if a passenger falls asleep, which I hate, because you've got to do the driving, there's no one to talk to. I wait till they start waking up again, and I close my left eye, and I just go. It's perfectly safe, but they absolutely. Wake up! How was I going for?
That was fairly entertaining. Nice hearing some of his little anecdotes, weren't it? Worth a listen. He's a good guy, Stephen Fry. Bipolar, isn't he? Must be really hard having bipolar. Can have empathy for him for that. Anyway, yeah, what did you think of the video? I hope I reacted to it sufficiently. Any feedback will be welcomed. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Laid Back Reacts here.